Hello everyone and welcome to Mads English platform. In today's lesson, we are going to see how exactly you are going to introduce yourself. Well, basically here, I try to provide you with the following steps, which are the introduction, personal background, education, professional experience, hobbies and interests, and of course, later on you are going to conclude. So as you see here, these steps are going to help you and guide you in order to introduce yourself appropriately in a professional manner. So let's see further details. As you see here in the introduction, it's very easy. So you are going just to say hello, everyone, if you are talking to a group of people. My name is, and you change just what is your name, and I would like to take this opportunity to tell you a bit about myself. So, what exactly you need to do here is that only change what is in red. I mean, change and only write your name. The next step is going to be about your personal background, which is basically divided into two phases. The first one is going to be about where we were born. So, as you see here, for example, I was born and raised in, you mentioned the name of your city and the country. And after that, you mention the place. As you see here, describe something notable about your hometown. For example, what exactly special in your hometown? For example, beautiful landscapes or vibrant culture or whatever you can add. The next phase is going to be about, as you see here, you will talk about your personal, let's say, experience as you were a child. So, for example, you say, as a child, I was always fascinated by, and you mention an interest or a hobby you had as a child. So, as I said before, you need to change only what is in red. So, I provide you with the expression and you just change what is in red. So, for example, as a child, I was always fascinated by, let's say, listening to music, and which has significantly shaped who I am today. Means if this actually hobby has affected your personality today, you need to mention this. For example, if you were, let's say, from when you were a child, I mean, you were listening to music and you were actually trying to sing very well, and in today's word, I mean, you become a singer. So in this situation, you are going to mention which has significantly shaped today. The next phase is going to be about education. So basically, here you need to talk about the following: your educational background, your practical experience, and your skill development. How exactly this? We will see it in details. So, actually, let me just zoom here. Okay. So, concerning your educational background, you say, I completed my, for instance, here, undergraduate studies at, not in and not on. You need to mention the article at. And you mention the name of your school or your university where I majored in, which means you need to mention here your specialty. Okay, this is sentence number one. Sentence number two, this path allowed me to dive deep into my passion for, I mean, if you were, for example, interested, let's say, in business or in languages, this is what do we mean by a related field to your education. So, for example, if your major was, let's say, business administration, so actually, maybe your passion was for business in general. Great. This is about your educational background. Now, concerning your practical experience. Okay, concerning your practical experience is not going to be that difficult. So, you are going to say, one of the most rewarding experiences during my education was, and here you mention a specific project, internship, or a specific activity, which means that during your previous education, you obviously need to mention something special about it. I mean, did you have any internship? Did you have any special activity that is worthy to mention? After that, you need to mention this sentence where I was able to apply theoretical knowledge in a practical setting. So you need to keep it as it is. Perfect. The third part is going to be about your skill development. which is a very interesting point here and worthy to mention. So, through this journey, I developed valuable skills in, for example, here you need to mention what are exactly the relevant skills which have been essential in my personal and professional growth. So, as I said before, you need to change only what is in red. Through this journey, I developed valuable skills in, for example, if you were a teacher, so you are going to basically talk about, for instance, communication with students or the ability to explain in a very simple and easy way. And you need to finish what is in white. I mean, don't change anything. The next move that you really need to talk about, which is your professional role if you actually have a job. So, it's not really that difficult. So let's try to divide it into your current professional role and your future aspirations. I mean, what exactly you want to be in the future. So concerning this current professional role, in my current role as, of course, you need to mention your job title here you need to mention the company name. I focus on, you briefly here describe your main responsibilities. I mean, for example, in my current role as an English teacher at, for example, Sugaharas University, I focus on, let's say, teaching EFL students or teaching, for example, first and second year EFL students. This is going to be your first sentence. And after that, this position has allowed me to enhance my capabilities in, for example, you mentioned key skills related to your job. For example, project management, communication, or data analysis. So in my situation, I would prefer to say communication. And the second part will be about your future aspiration, as you are going to see, or as you are going to say, sorry, what exactly you need to or you want to in the future. So you will say, looking ahead, I aspire to. And you mention actually what do you hope to achieve in the future, or where do you see yourself in the future. So for example, you want to be a CEO, I mean in leadership roles, or to explore new industries, and so on and so forth. Great. Actually, now we need to talk about a very interesting part actually, which is your hobbies and interests. So as you see here, we are going to see just a glimpse, which means an overview into your personal passions and activities outside of work. I try to divide it into three in case you have three hobbies. As you see here, the first one, as you see, the word ongoing, which means continuous. I mean, you still practicing this hobby. I enjoy hiking, which helps me to relax and unwind. Unwind, which means relax as well, while exploring nature. This is just an example. Second one is about volunteering. I'm passionate about volunteering, which allows me to give back to the community, which means this passion allows you to actually contribute, in another word, to your community. And the third one, for instance, about learning new languages. Perfect. So here we come actually to the end of this presentation, and you are going to say here, I appreciate your time and attention as I shared my journey. Okay, I welcome the opportunity to connect with all of you and learn from your unique experiences. So here you don't have to change anything, and you just need to memorize this in order to look very academic and professional. Thank you so much. This was all about today's lesson.